recipes for respiration. I want to talk about the design of the diaphragm. Um, like I said earlier, I didn't know anything about a diaphragm or abdominal breathing when I was until I was 23, and then a yoga teacher taught me what's called pranayama, abdominal breathing, and it basically eliminated my asthma, chronic asthma that I had growing up, really bad asthma. And since that day, I just did the pranayama, and I sent me on a quest of learning as much as I can about breathing. I came across a study one year, and I wish I wrote down the citation for the study. And if anybody knows of this study, I'd like to be reunited with it. But basically the study went something like this. It was in Scandinavia, Norway or Sweden, I think. And they took 300 adults off the street randomly, and they put them on this breathing apparatus that you might have seen before. You breathe into a pipe and a hose that goes to a computer, and they're studying your respiration. And they were specifically studying the movement of the diaphragm. And out of these 300 random adults, less than half of them could move their diaphragm more than 50%. So it goes something like this, and basically don't get caught up in the numbers, but the numbers are pretty staggering when you see the difference in how the diaphragm is designed to bring oxygen into the body. But and just keep in mind, what makes us healthy is oxygen. What allows us to live is oxygen. If you're depriving your body, your cells, your tissue of oxygen, is there any wonder that you're sick or have a low immunity, if you're sick, or if you're going to be sick, you need oxygen. So the study went over 50% of the people who breathed into the computer, they only moved their diaphragm 1 to 3 centimeters. And with that was called shallow breathing. They were only bringing in a tablespoon of fresh oxygen into their blood with every breath, 1 tablespoon. The next group of people, the next largest group of people, moved their diaphragm 4 to 6 centimeters. Let's say it was 30% of the population. And they brought in a pint of fresh oxygen into their blood with every breath. 1 pint goes from a tablespoon to a pint. So that's pretty significant. The smallest group, I can't remember how many, but definitely the minority, could move their diaphragm 7 to 10 centimeters. And they could bring in a quart of fresh oxygen with every breath into their bloodstream, into their body. So it goes from a tablespoon to a pint to a quart, depending on how much you can move your diaphragm, that 0 to 10 centimeter range. So very telling. I'm sure when I had chronic asthma growing up, and I know I was always, my mom could tell from across the room, my shoulders were up, and she's like, you need your Ventolin, you need your puffer. She was, always concerned about me having an asthma attack. Well, since I've learned how to breathe with my lungs and move my diaphragm, my lungs are incredibly voluminous now compared to what they used to be. So keep that in mind when you're practicing. That's the key to all health: your breath, how you breathe, and every day. And it's the root. It's the bridge between mind and body, I'm convinced. See for yourself. And it's the root of a calm mind and a healthy body. So start there. Start with your breath. All right. Be good, be strong, be happy.